today's video, but something, I just had to do it. Jackson Wang just came out with a new song called Pretty Please, and it had like, you know, a full-length music video and whatnot, and people jumped on it to review it like almost like immediately. And that's why I wasn't gonna make this video, because there was just so many. Just look at all these reviews here, and it like they almost came out the moment that the music video came out, and I'm like, what's the point if everyone else did it? But then when looking at some of these reviews and how I feel about the music video and the song, nobody's telling the truth. Don't get me wrong, I love Jackson. Jackson is a really great creator. I like a lot of his music. He seems to be a great personality, and I know that he works really hard on a lot of his music videos and music. It's very like obvious how hands-on he is about a lot of his work. And a lot of the credits and like, you know, behind the scenes, you see him there, like, you know, making it the way that he envisioned it. He is an artist after all. But there's a few critiques. Disclaimer, I'm not at all a professional, I'm just a basic consumer. But as that basic consumer, I'm allowed to say things about the work. So here we go, here is the thorns and roses of Jackson Wang's Pretty Please. So I'm gonna try to go back and forth being like likes, dislikes, likes, dislikes. I only have two major grievances with the music video and the song, where I have a lot of like smaller likes. I wanna even it out. I'm not out here trying to hate on him. I'm just out here trying to, like, you know, speak the truth. So first off, permission to simp. Jackson is so handsome, oh my god. Alright, that's it, not gonna go any further on that. I absolutely adored, and even in his like teaser posts on Instagram, the very nostalgic, like old Asian, like, you know, movies, like the red tint, the orange tintiness that you see in those kinds of movies. I was really like, ooh, this looks so good. And just like, you know, the plain white t-shirt and jeans just looked like really good on him, like nostalgia wise. It kind of like, you know, looked like vintagey between like even like the 1950s, like Hong Kong, and like even the 90s. Like in between those times of just some kid running around the streets. It was very satisfying to look at. I really enjoyed like just the colors and like, you know, obviously the work that was put into like just creating this space for this music video. I'm always really satisfied and entranced whenever like Jackson comes up with different kinds of like dances for his music videos. There's only like a few people that I truly like, I stop to watch every single time if it comes up in my queue and the music video's there. It's definitely Jackson and like a few other people. It's just, I'm just so in awe of like how he goes about like, you know, setting up like, you know, show me a moves with all these music videos. Alright, now those are all the things that I like about the music video, but I have to get into the two things that I really put me off about this latest release from him. Now in the beginning of the music video, you see that he's sitting in a restaurant with his boys, and he's watching like a documentary about like wolves or something like that. And that is a hardcore theme for the rest of the music video. And I desperately wish that it was more of a subtle theme, because oh my god, was it incredibly cheesy. Just like the shadows and like the moon, like in like whenever he's like chasing the girl down the street, was just, I'm like, oh yeah? You gonna do that? I don't know, just something about it just seemed really like tacky. I wish they took out the shadows of like the wolves altogether and him like pretending to be like, oh, hunting her. I thought that was just kind of like awkward to watch. I liked like the wolf earring, like, you know, he's like, ooh, I can give this back to her and that's why I can talk to her, like, you know, that's like a way in. I thought though like the wolf neon light was fine. I mean, I would, I guess, prefer for it not to be there. I thought like the documentary in the beginning was a really cool start to that subtle representation if they decided to do that, but because it was such like a hardcore representation of like his boys being these wolves and then they start dancing, I just thought it was like just a little strange to watch. I don't know. It just didn't sit with me well. It could have sat with you just fine, but for me I was just like, ooh, that's a little weird to watch. Now, my next thing that I have a problem with is that Jackson is definitely falling into the realm of repetition with his songs. I understand that these songs are more based towards like, you know, popular media. It's for clubbing. It's supposed to be danced to. Repetition is boring. I got bored with the song very quickly because of how repetitious it was. The beats seemed very cluttered. Don't get me wrong, I still really enjoyed the song, but it's not going to be on my queue for very long. I mean, yeah, it's still new for me and I want to support my boy, but it just seemed like something that I'd get sick of very quickly because of how repetitious it is. I also felt like as beautiful as the music video is and the song, I I appreciate the two of them separated from each other more than together. I hope that makes sense. It's just like when I'm listening to the song, I like it more by itself, listening, than watching it. So, not to say that the music video is bad, I just think together, I think they flow, like, it's appropriate together. I have a hard time appreciating the song whenever I'm watching the video. I thought the old woman watering her plants with, like, it's placed, like, you know, in a certain way was really fun, you know, nudge nudge wink wink, ha 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 ha, she's getting wet because he's so cool. Like, I always love, like, the really subtle, like, you know, Asian media is really good about putting in, like, subtle representation about, like, sexual things, so then, like, they don't get flagged by, like, the government. Now, I'm not trying to hate on Jackson or anything, like, you know, this is something that I still really enjoy. I just felt that everyone was kind of saying how much they loved the song, and it was kind of like surface level enjoyment where I kind of wanted to like dig into it a little bit to why I didn't enjoy it and to why I think other people should, like, you know, I know Jackson can do better, like, when it comes to, like, musical releases. His music videos are always gorgeous and so much fun to watch. But I just feel like he can get out of the whole repetition thing and make more of like a structured musical piece, because I just know he has the talent for it. I always want to see more from Jackson. I really like a lot of his songs, like 100 Ways. Yes, it's like repetitive, but it's like, you know, there's a reason for it. It's supposed to be danced to, and like, you know, it just sounds good. Like, you know, it sounds significantly better than like this last release. I really didn't want this to seem like hating on Jackson, because I am here for him. Like, you know, I am quite the fan. But alright everyone, that's all I gotta say about that today. Like this video if you did, don't if you didn't. Subscribe to me, you'll get more of me. Alright everyone, have a good day, bye bye! Mwah.